Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamati Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 18th chapter, Maharaj Parikshit cursed by a Brahman boy, text number 15 onwards. Tanno bhavan bhagavad pradhano mahatam mekam yudham shushruta. O Suta Goswami, you are a learned and pure devotee of the Lord, because the personality of Godhead is your chief object of service. Therefore, please describe to us the pastimes of the Lord, which are above all material conception, for we are anxious to receive such messages. The speaker of the transcendental activities of the Lord should have only one object of worship and service, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the audience for such topics should be anxious to hear about him. When such combination is possible, namely a qualified speaker and a qualified audience, it is then and there very much congenial to continue discourses on the transcendence. So both speaker and the audience should be anxious, should be ready to serve Krishna, should be ready to serve by hearing and speaking. So in this assembly, Suta Goswami was speaking and Shaunak Rishi and other sages are sitting down to listen, but both are anxious. The meeting was great. Professional speakers and the materially absorbed audience cannot derive real benefit from such discourses. Professional speakers make a show of Bhagavad Saptah for the sake of family maintenance. And the materially disposed audience hears such discourses of Bhagavad Saptah for some material benefit, namely religiosity, wealth, gratification of senses, or liberation. Such Bhagavatam discourses are not purified from the contamination of the material qualities. So it's actually such kind of Bhagavad Saptah. In fact, the speakers, Prabhupada says, professional speakers, because they are there just to make money. They have so much of fees they charge, and they make up a good show. It's a very good show that they create. And the person then they make every day, there's a new Yajman who is sponsoring that day, and they make him say, it's a big show, that's how it is. And no purification happens. Only purification that happens is maybe, okay, the Yajman gets to touch Bhagavatam or just get some words, name of Krishna in his ears, but that's about it. Or maybe because he donates some money, so he gets some purification. But that's not the real purpose of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, if the speaker is proper and if the audience is proper, it will definitely generate such an atmosphere of bhakti. It takes us directly to the transcendental level. It is said only two persons have heard Bhagavatam properly, and it really showed. Who were they? One was Dhundukari, and the second was Parikshit Maharaj. Obviously, Shaunak Rishi and other sages also heard properly. But these two examples are more prominent because right they went back to the spiritual world after listening to Bhagavatam. So that is a real effect of Bhagavatam. It of the listener. But the discourses between the saints of Naimisharanya and Suta Goswami are on the transcendental level. There is no motive for material gain. In such discourses, unlimited transcendental pleasure is relished both by the audience and by the speaker. And therefore, they can continue the topics for many thousands of years, not just for 7 days. The Prabhupada said, unlimited transcendental pleasure is relished both by the speaker and the audience. This is how sweet Bhagavatam is. Now, Bhagavatas are held for 7 days only, and after finishing the show, both the audience and the speaker become engaged in material activities as usual. They can do so because the speaker is not Bhagavat Pradhan and the audience is not Shushrutam, as explained above. So, because both are not qualified, so Bhagavatam is not, message is not given properly. Text 16. Savai Mahabhagavata Parikshid Yena Pavarga Akhyam Adhabra Buddhi Gyanin Dayas Kishabditena Dhede Khagendra Dhvajpad Moolam. O Suta Goswami, please describe those topics of the Lord by which Maharaj Parikshit was fixed on liberation, attained the. Those topics were vibrated by the son of Vyas, Srila Shukdev. There is some controversy amongst the students on the path of liberation. Such transcendental students are known as impersonalists and devotees of the Lord. The devotee of the Lord worships a transcendental form of the Lord, whereas the impersonalist meditates upon the glaring effulgence or the bodily rays of the Lord, known as the Brahmajyoti. Here in this verse it is said that Maharaj Parikshit attained the lotus feet of the Lord by instructions in knowledge delivered by the son of Vyasadeva, Srila Shukdev Goswami. Shukdev Goswami was also an impersonalist in the beginning. So in the beginning he was impersonal, he was a Brahmvadi, it is mentioned, as he himself has admitted in Bhagavatam. But later on, he was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord and thus became a devotee. So these pastimes that he got attracted by were basically 2 shlokas he heard of Bhagavatam. And then he got attracted that who is this? What is this shlokas? Who is this Krishna? And then he got attracted so much so that he became the next speaker of Bhagavatam. Such devotees with perfect knowledge are called Mahabhagavats, so first-class devotees. There are 3 classes of devotees, namely the Prakrit, Madhyam, and Mahabhagavat. The Prakrit or third-class devotees are temple worshippers without specific knowledge of the Lord and the Lord's devotees. The Madhyam or the second-class devotee knows well the Lord, the Lord's devotees, the neophytes, and the non-devotees also. But the Mahabhagavat or the first-class devotee sees everything in relation with the Lord and the Lord present in everyone's relation. The Mahabhagavat therefore does not make any distinction, particularly between a devotee and a non-devotee. Maharaj Parikshit was such a Mahabhagavat devotee because he was initiated by a Mahabhagavat devotee, Shukdev Goswami. He was equally kind even to the personality of Kali and not to speak of others. So that's why that conversation was also great, because both the audience and the speaker, they were great Mahabhagavats. So there are many instances in the transcendental histories of the world of an impersonalist who has later become a devotee. But a devotee has never become an impersonalist. This very fact proves that on the transcendental steps, the steps occupied by a devotee is higher than the step occupied by an impersonalist. So Nirakarvadis, they can become devotees, but a devotee who is a Sakarvadi doesn't become a Nirakarvadi. It's also stated in Bhagavad Gita that persons stuck on the impersonal step undergo more sufferings than achievement of reality. Therefore, knowledge imparted by Shukdev Goswami unto Maharaj Parikshit helped him attain the service of the Lord. And this stage of perfection is called Apavarga, or the perfect stage of liberation. If you remember Apavarga, we had discussed what is this Apavarga. So in Sanskrit grammar, with alphabets, There's a per varga. There are all the different vargas, different uh, categories are there. So per varga is a sound that comes from the lips. Pa, fa, ba, bha, ma. So this material world is called per varga because pa, fa, ba, bha, ma stands for per stands for parisharam, fa stands for fena or foam, pa, fa, ba stands for byarth or is futile, bha stands for bhay, and ma stands for mrityu. So this material world is called per varga because this is all what goes on in the material world. But the spiritual world is called apavarga, means it is beyond all these five problems or five characteristics of the material world. Simple knowledge of liberation is material. Actual freedom from material bondage is called liberation. But attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord is called the perfect stage of liberation. Such a stage is attained by knowledge and renunciation, as we have already explained. And perfect knowledge, as delivered by Srila Shukdev Goswami, results in the attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord. So that is the real knowledge that takes us to the attainment of the transcendental service of the Lord. And that knowledge one can achieve only from a Mahabhagavat, from a pure devotee. Text 70. Tanna param punyam samritartham akyanam ati adbhut yoga nishtham akyahinanta charitopapannam parikshitam bhagavatabhiramam. Thus please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaj Parikshit and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of bhakti yoga. So look at the desire, the greed of these sages in Naimisharanya. They really want to listen to the pastimes of Krishna, narration of the pastime, narrations of the unlimited. Because they know that's the only thing that is purifying and supreme. They know it very well. And they are so eager to listen. They're so eager to hear. And they were, like Prabhupada has mentioned, they were ready to sit down for 1,000 years to listen to Krishna Katha. What was spoken to Maharaj Parikshit and what is very dear to the pure devotees is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly full of the narrations of the activities of the Supreme Unlimited. And therefore, it's the science of Bhakti Yoga or the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, it is para or supreme, because although it is enriched with all knowledge and religion, it is specifically enriched with the devotional service of the Lord. So this is what makes Srimad Bhagavatam topmost Purana. It's a topmost Purana, and it has no faults at all. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. Amalam Puranam, it's also called. Amalam, no faults at all. Text 18. Sutuvacha aho bhayam janma bhrito adya hasva vriddhanuvrityapi viloma jataha dosh kulyam agdhim vidunoti shigram mahatam anam abhidhan yoga. Shri Suta Goswami said, O God, although we are born in a mixed caste, we are still promoted in birthright simply by serving and following the great who are advanced in knowledge. Even by conversing with such great souls, one can without delay cleanse oneself of all disqualifications resulting from lower births. Suta Goswami did not take his birth in a Brahmin family. He was born in a family of mixed caste or an uncultured low family. So that is Sut. Sut is a caste. Sut is not a name. When they come from low class, which we know of. But he was a great sage, and because of the association, he became such a powerful speaker of Bhagavatam that 88,000 sages were sitting in front of him listening to Bhagavatam. So So when it comes to devotion service, there is no question of caste or creed or race or color or anything. What matters is what's in the heart. How much transformation has taken place, how purely devoted, how much surrendered we are to Krishna. That's it. But because of higher association like Sri Shukadev Goswami and the great rishis of Naimisharanya, certainly the disqualification of inferior birth was washed off. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed this principle in pursuance of the Vedic usage. And by his transcendental association, he elevated many low-born or those disqualified by birth or action to the status of devotional service and established them in the position of acharyas or authorities. He clearly stated that any man, whatever he may be, whether a Brahman or Shudra by birth, or a householder or mendicant in the order of society, if he is conversant with the science of Krishna, he can be accepted as an acharya or guru, a spiritual master. Mahaprabhu said, Kiba Vipra, Kiba Nyasi, Shudra Kene Nai, Jai Krishna Tattveta Say Guru Hai. So it doesn't matter whether one is Shudra or a Brahman or a sannyasi. If he is conversant with the principles of Krishna Bhakti, Jai Krishna Tattveta, say Guru Hai, he should be considered as a Guru. And in Mahaprabhu's Leela Chaitanya Charitamrita, when we read it, we can find so many examples of people who are from lower caste, lower class. They were all established in the position of a guru or acharya. Even when Lord Ram came, Lord Ram appeared when he was in the forest. He did not take help from any big kings or big sages. Of course, he went to the ashrams of the sages and took the darshan, but he always took help from lower people, and not only people, from monkeys also. Just to tell us, anybody can be engaged in the service of the Lord. Suta Goswami learned the science of Krishna from great rishis and authorities like Shukdev and Vyasadeva. And he was so qualified that even the sages of Naimisharanya eagerly wanted to hear from him the science of Krishna in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So he had the double association of great souls by hearing and preaching. Transcendental science or the science of Krishna has to be learned from the authorities. And when one preaches the science, he becomes still more qualified. So this is the real secret of becoming more and more qualified. We have to hear and then we have to preach. We have to let others know. And this knowledge, more we give to others, more we get ourselves. It's mercy of Guru and Acharya and Krishna that follows. So that's why we get more, give this knowledge. Transcendental science, or the science of Krishna, has to be learned from the authorities, and when one preaches the science, it becomes still more qualified. So Suta Goswami had both the advantages, and thus undoubtedly he was completely freed from all disqualifications of low birth and mental agonies. This verse definitely proves that Srila Shukdev Goswami did not refuse Suta Goswami about the transcendental science. Nor did the sages of Naimisharanya refuse to hear lessons from him because of his inferior birth. This means that thousands of years ago, there was no bar to learning or preaching the transcendental science because of inferior birth. The rigidity of the so-called caste system in Hindu society became prominent within only 100 years or so, when the number of Dvij Bandhus or disqualified men in the families of higher caste increased. Lord Sri Chaitanya revived the original Vedic system and he elevated Haridas Thakur to the position of Nam Acharya, or the authority in preaching the glories of the holy name of the Lord. Although His Holiness Srila Haridas Thakur was pleased to appear in a family of Mohammedans. So Mahaprabhu himself raised Haridas Thakur to that level of Namacharya. Such is the power of the pure devotees of the Lord. The Ganges water is accepted as pure, and one can become purified after taking a bath in the waters of the Ganges. But as far as the great devotees of the Lord are concerned, they can purify a degraded soul even by being seen by the lowborn. And what to speak of association? There's a beautiful bhajan also. Gangare pavitra kare. Ganga purifies by sparsh, by touching, when you go to touch. But oh Vaishnav Thakur, you purify somebody just by looking at him. That is, and Gangaji purifies somebody by repeatedly. One has to repeatedly go to Ganges. But the pure devotee can purify somebody just by one moment's association. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to purify the whole atmosphere of the polluted world by sending qualified preachers all over the world. And it remains with the Indians to take up this task scientifically and thus do the best kind of humanitarian work. Means to preach this message of Bhagavatam to everybody. The mental diseases of the present generation are more acute than bodily diseases. It is quite fit and proper to take up the preaching of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world without delay. Mahatmanam Abhidhana also means dictionary of great devotees, or a book full of the words of the great devotees. Such a dictionary of the words of great devotees and those of the Lord are in the Vedas and allied literature, specifically the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is how powerful Srimad Bhagavatam is. Kutah punaragranito nam tasya mahattam ekanta parayanasya yonanta shaktir bhagwan ananto mahadgunatpad yamanantam ahu. And what to speak of those who are under the directions of the great devotees, chanting the holy name of the Unlimited, who has unlimited potency. The personality of Godhead, unlimited in potency and transcendental by attributes, is called Ananta, unlimited. The Dvij Bandhu, or the less intelligent, uncultured men born of higher castes, put forward many arguments against the lower caste men becoming Brahmins in this life. They argue that birth in a family of Shudra or less than Shudra is made possible by once being. So these falsions. Srimad Bhagavatam asserts that one who chants the holy name of the Lord under the direction of a pure devotee can at once get free from the disadvantages due to a lower caste birth. So that's the verdict of Bhagavatam. A pure devotee of the Lord does not commit any offense while chanting the holy name of the Lord. There are 10 different offenses in chanting of the holy names. To chant the holy name under the direction of a pure devotee is offenseless chanting. Offenseless chanting of the holy name of the Lord is transcendental, and therefore such chanting can at once purify one from the effects of all kinds of previous sins. The Lord is the all-powerful personality of Godhead, and He has innumerable names which are all non-different from Him and are equally powerful also. In the last word of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord asserts that one who surrenders fully unto Him is protected from all sins by the grace of the Lord. Since His name and He Himself are identical, the holy name of the Lord can protect the devotee from all effects of sins. The chanting of the holy name of the Lord can undoubtedly deliver one from the disadvantages of a lower caste birth. So now Prabhupada, obviously, finally he comes to the glories of the holy name, that by chanting of the holy names, every kind of sin, every kind of disqualification can be ruled out. So that's how powerful the holy name is. And in fact, it is said the holy name is, of course, it's not different from Krishna, but it is more powerful than Krishna, more merciful than Krishna. Why? Because we can approach holy name, we can take the holy name, we can chant the holy name anytime, any place, anywhere, in any situation, any condition. Deity of Krishna we cannot worship anytime, any place, anywhere. But the name can be chanted anytime, any place, anywhere, in any condition of life. So that's why, and name has all the potencies of Krishna. So that's why it's considered more merciful, because it is approachable, um, it is achievable, it is like surveyable at any time. We can do that. So, since a devotee is surcharged with the potency of the Lord, even fractionally the disqualification due to lower birth cannot stand in his way. So, this is how Suta Goswami and many other acharyas, even in fact, today is the disappearance day of Narottam Das Thakur, a great acharya in our line, great acharya. But he was born in the family of course, his father was a king in Navdvip. So he was born in the family of a Kayastha, Vaishya, not, not Shudra, but not Brahman either. But he became such a devotee. He was, even before he was born, Mahaprabhu advertised that Narottam is going to born. A person named Narottam will come. And everybody understood this Narottam must be special personality. That's why Mahaprabhu is talking about him. And although he was born in the family of a king, but he left everything and he came to Vrindavan, and he wanted to take Diksha from Loknath Goswami. And Loknath Goswami, he had said he will not accept any disciples. So this Narottam Das Thakur used to serve Loknath Goswami. How? Loknath Goswami would used to go to the forest to answer the morning call. So Narottam Das Thakur would reach that place where Loknath Goswami is going to come, and he would clean that place where Loknath Goswami is going to pass the stool every single day. He would do that. And Loknath Goswami, once he thought, who is this doing this every day? So he came early and he saw Narottam Das Thakur cleaning that place. And then he caught hold of him. He said, you're a son of a king. How can you do all this menial service? And Narottam Das, he said, only thing I want is you accept me as a disciple, as a servant. And then finally Loknath Goswami agreed. And Narottam Das Thakur, so many things are written about him. He started the first book distribution party. He arranged the festival of Gaur Purnima in Kheturi village. And there afterwards, 6 deities of Radha and Krishna were installed all over, beautiful deities. And he had written a book. He initiated so many disciples. He propagated the message of Mahaprabhu in so many places. He preached thoroughly everywhere. That was Narottam Das Thakur. Although he was born not in the family of Brahmins, but he was such a great devotee. It is, in fact, it is said someplace that he is the incarnation of mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So today is his disappearance day, and in fact, his disappearance, I'll try to find out the whole passage of his disappearance. It's a wonderful passage, and I'll post it on the group. So today's in fact, he is the one who has written that song, Jayanilo Premadhana Karuna Prachu, that we sing at the disappearance day of any acharya. So wonderful acharya. And so we should pray to him today to also give us that kind of bhakti that he had for his Guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. See anybody has any question or comment.